Good morning and welcome to Throwback Thursday. Okay, this one I gotta start by saying I missed yesterday, and I had a Worth It Wednesday that would have been free or is free. It's a progressive web app, so you can have AI make a small app for free and have no ads. Like what I was trying to do was get something that, and this is a side thing before I get to the thing. I'm going to be talking about how I have this shared experience with my son where I have a long commute and I'll drive home and listen to audiobooks with him, but I'll get to that. So, but yesterday there was this web app, or this progressive web app idea where like I have like some generic timer type apps, and even those, they're just like a fasting app. It just counts. It's just a counter. It does have some benefits, and the app that I use has some extra things. They're like, hey, try and count your water. It keeps track of your weight. You have a goal weight, and then it shows like a percentage. So it has some stuff built into it, and depending on what hour you're at, it'll say like what stage you're in. Like because basically just fasting will put you into ketosis. And I'm like, oh, like the keto diet, it'll just do it, and you'll be in it at like I think hour 12 or 18 or 16, something like that. It's on the app. I don't have to memorize it. But anyway, I was like, but also, yeah, occasionally there's ads, and sometimes it's the banner ads are like, okay, whatever, that's fine. But also sometimes I'm like, I'm just trying to log in and like get my or update my weight or start the timer or backdate the timer. Like, oh, I started eating about an hour ago. I need to go do that and move it back to an hour and see how long I was totally fasting. Especially if I break habit and it's like, oh well, my fast is only 18 hours instead of 20 or something like that. But anyway, the app kind of worked. It was neat. I'm like, cool. There's no banner ads. It's right on the phone. The phone won't save a what it perceives as a progressive web app on your desktop, so to speak, right on your home screen. There's some links and some things you can save as shortcuts, but it knows these are, so it I don't know, on Android at least, and I think Apple's even worse about trying to do that. So you have to save it as like the file. Now I do have like a few settings on my phone to try and auto do things like, hey, stop charging at 85%. Like it's an option to battery save. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and do that. I want the battery to last longer. That was why I had to get rid of my last phone, or well, I didn't get rid of it. I kept it, and I'll get to that. I use it to play the audiobooks. So I'll download audiobooks and play them from Audible and then play them offline. So, yeah, so my phone restarted just automatically, just like every so often. Please just restart the phone. So, restarted this morning and all the data's gone. And I thought there was a way, I know a little bit about coding, and I thought in JavaScript you could write something into a text file, but I don't know. So, the Worth It Wednesday, the jury's out on that. It's not quite, I mean, you can get something, it's a little clunky though. I think there's another free tool that's like a from MIT where you can just drag and drop some stuff. I haven't looked at that one yet, so I'll try to look at that and get back to you. Okay, so on to the Throwback Thursday, and it's like this old timey radio thing that I am essentially doing. So instead of like listening to the radio with my son, like people used to do or whatever, I listen to an audiobook and sometimes a brand new audiobook, which is a really cool shared experience. I'm pretty sure we listened to Project Hail Mary together for the first time. And I know we did it with the Threshold series. We listened to Dead Moon together, the Peter Clines book. Like I didn't care for the book as much, but uh, yeah, the I think you know what it was. I'd started Project Hail Mary on my own, but then restarted it with my son, and so we got to listen to it for the very first time together. I think it was that one. So now we're doing that, and now we've moved on to the Tomb by F. Paul Wilson, I think. Anyway, it's part of the Repairman Jack series. It's been recommended to me, so we're gonna try that one. So, but him and I are listening to it for the very first time, and it makes this really cool shared experience where we're just listening together. It's really cool. So, um, and yeah, we get to experience it at the same time. It's very cool, especially what from like Andy Weir with the Project Hail Mary and The Martian and Artemis. We really love those books, and it's just awesome. So I highly recommend that if you can make it work. What I do is I don't have like a fancy old radio. I just have an AV cord plugging into my old phone, and then on my current phone, I'll call him, have my Bluetooth in on both sides, and he'll hear the car radio. And so I call him up when I'm heading home, and I say, "Hey, are you ready for the book?" He's like, "Yeah." And some days it doesn't work. It's like, "Oh, I'm in the middle of something." I'm like, "All right, catch you later." And so we'll do that. So it's really cool. So that is my Throwback Thursday, and trying to follow up with the Worth It Wednesday. So don't look for a fair fight.